Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another video. All right, y'all. Fight announcement news. Big news. Big news for the strawweight division. Andrade. Jessica Andrade is returning to 115. That's right. She's coming down. She's coming back down, y'all. But guess who she's taking on? Jessica Andrade is going to take on Amanda Lemos. She's taking on Amanda Lemos April 23rd. Now, as y'all know, Jessica Andrade, she's been kind of teasing about moving back down to 115. You know, she wants to get back in line for a title shot, get that third fight with Rose or fight whoever has the belt, you know. So she's kind of been open to fight wherever. That's the thing about Jessica Andrade. She's kind of like, kind of like a tweener. You know, she likes 125, but she's kind of going wherever the big fights are or wherever the names are. She doesn't care who it is. She's ready to fight. So Jessica Andrade is going to take on Amanda Lemos. Now, the fight's agreed on. They've already agreed on the fight, but there's no contract yet. But I think we can pretty much say that Lemos is not backing down, and neither is Andrade, because let's get real. Nobody really wants to fight either one of these ladies. Like, nobody really wants to fight Andrade right now at 125. And for Amanda Lemos, nobody really wants to fight her on their way up, right? So, hey, they're kind of like the boogie women in their divisions, in their tiers. You know, Andrade at that top tier, then Amanda Lemos on that bottom tier, right? So Jessica Andrade, she's looking to get back in that title shot realm at 115 for sure. You know, I think she's going to start another path at 115 once again. Because right now, as y'all know, Jessica Andrade, she's 2-1. She beat Caitlin Chikagan. She beat Cynthia Calvillo. Her only losses to the Bullet, right? And she doesn't really look like she was lined up for a rematch or headed back that way for Shevchenko. Like, the first fight wasn't even competitive, so there's really no reason for her to stay around, right? And Amanda Lemos, who's number 9 now in the strawweight division, she's on a 5-fight win streak, so that looks good, right? She's knocked out several people, several good finishes. So on a 5-fight win streak, it's looking like this is a good matchup for her. Her last fight was a close fight, of course. That Angela Hill fight was a split decision for Amanda Lemos, and I know a lot of people think Amanda Lemos lost that fight. They're already kind of basing that off of what she'll look like moving forward in the future. But hey, styles make fights. Styles definitely make fights. But my thoughts on this one here, man, TNT, man, explosion. This is just going to be explosion right here, man. I think Andrade, y'all already know her. She's beyond proven. Just Andrade is beyond proven. The athleticism, the power, the quickness that she possesses. A lot of just natural abilities that she possesses for any division. 125, 115, whatever. She's fierce. Amanda Lemos, she's solid. She's got power in both hands. I think she's kind of working on her well-rounded game as well. She's slick in there. She has boxing on a level that I think not many other strawweights have. Unless it's like Rose or Wmma or Marina Rodriguez. But where she's at right now, she's still developing, and she wants to make a name for herself. But when you look at it for Amanda Lemos, this is definitely the biggest fight in her career. This is the biggest name on her resume right now. So I think, she definitely has to come in there and erase all doubt. She has erased all doubt. She has to go in there and look 100% to move forward up this ranking. She can't go in there with the same mind state like she's going to knock Andrade out like she did against Angela Hill. We saw how that went, right? Now, with that being said, now that I bring that up, like, just looking at these two to match them up, now I know what everybody's going to say, like the casual fans or just the people basing it off of Amanda Lemos' last performance, they're automatically going to say Amanda Lemos is getting starched, or she's going to get knocked out, she's going to get slammed on her head, right? That's what everybody's going to say. But no, styles make fights. Styles make fights. And if you go back and look at Angela Hill, when has she ever been really, like, finished or starched in there? When has she ever taken a shot to the 10 and never got up? Never, right? She's never been put out like that before. So for Amanda Lemos to go in that mind frame that she's going to knock Angela Hill out, that was just the wrong approach to that fight, right? But if you look at a fighter like Jessica Andrade, can she get stopped? Is she wide open? Sure, right? So you have to look at it in that perspective. Like, you have to look at these different styles. Now, I know Jessica Andrade rode higher, but that's how committed she is. There's a lot of things going for her, but, there's certain things that can get exposed by certain styles, right? So the possibility of Amanda Lemos landing something big on Jessica Andrade is there, but she still doesn't need to go in there that mind frame, But, of course, the possibility for Jessica Andrade to close that distance and slam Lemos is there, right? So if you look at this style matchup, if you just look at what they're both capable of doing, and how committed they are to getting their offense going, it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be explosive. I think this fight here could go in the fashion of another highlight reel for Amanda Lemos, even more so than Angela Hill. That's why I was like, you know, it's going to take something big for Lemos to knock Angela Hill out, because Angela Hill's just so awkward in her movement. She'll take power off the punches. But when you got a fighter like Jessica Andrade who comes forward and you possess that type of power, you know, the possibility is very high, you know. But it's going to come down to Amanda Lemos really wanting to commit and not being gunshot. You know what I mean? She's going to really have to use that boxing. And to do that, she's going to have to do what she didn't do in the Angela Hill fight. Got to use that jab. You know, Amanda Lemos has got to use that jab. She's got to pump that jab in the face of Jessica Andrade. You know, she's got to set up those big punches. You know, you can't just go in there wild swinging against Andrade, because believe me, Andrade is going to be wild swinging. She's going to be closing the distance. And that's going to be Andrade's game plan. Like, she might get clipped going in, but that's all in if Amanda Lemos keeps her footing under her, you know. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this fight, y'all. Andrade versus Lemos. Let's keep our fingers crossed, you know, because neither one of these fighters I know are going to pull out unless they were like seriously injured or if they tested positive. We know that for a fact, you know. But anything can happen between April 23rd and now. Between now and April 23rd. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. You know, I'm just glad that Andrade made her decision on what she wants to do, move back down to 115. But I think with her moving back down, it's just making the strawweight division a little bit more interesting. And, you know, Marina Rodriguez, which I'll talk about in another video, she's kind of in a position right now where she's got to continue to look good. You know what I mean? So she's got to go in against Yan Xiaonan and stop her in dominant fashion, because you got Wmma coming back into the rankings. You know, she's supposed to be making her return this year. Now you got Jessica Andrade coming back down to 115. You know, so you got two more fighters that feel like they have the credibility to jump ahead and get that title shot, right? So Marina Rodriguez has to set it up to make it look like, hey, she's got to go in there and make a big statement to make them say, get in line behind me. You know, I'm getting my shot after Carla, right? So strawweight division is picking up once again, man. Strawweight division is definitely on it now. So, you know, I'm not sure if, I'm sure whenever the fight is signed, Andrade will probably give up her ranking at 125, because that's going to be her next fight. So, yeah, I think she'll probably be out of the rankings by next week. So this is another shakeup for the division. You know, now we got Miesha Tate coming into the division. Now we got Andrade leaving. You know, and as y'all know, Andrade, she wanted to fight Miesha Tate. She wanted to welcome her to the division. But I guess since that fight didn't go through, she said, hey, I want to go wherever the fights are that can get me back to gold, you know. And, yeah, I got to give her credit here, because I think this is the lowest ranked opponent she's faced in a while, you know, for Jessica Andrade. You know, she's fighting down in this case. You know, she's going down to a number 9 here. So shout out to Jessica Andrade. You know, she's stacking up names. Shout out to Amanda Lemos for wanting to take on this fight. But, you know, we're going to talk about this fight. Definitely got to talk about this fight as we get closer and closer. Let me know what y'all think so far. You know, early on, just looking at this fight, Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.